I came to tell you what Jesus said. I know I can't sing, and I don't have the rights to that song. I came to tell you what Jesus said, the one and only true living God. I heard a sermon the other day at church, at New Bethel Baptist Church, and I wanted to share it with you guys. It came from the book of 2 Kings chapter 5, when Naaman, he's the commander of the army of the king of Syria, who was an honorable man in the eyes of his master, but he had leprosy. And at the time, Syria had went to war with the people of Israel, and they captured the people of Israel. God let them be captured because they had turned against him. And we always need God in everything. And if you turn from God, he will let things happen to you. So anyway, the people Israel, when they captured the people, there was a little girl, and she became the servant of Naaman's wife. And she told her master that there was a prophet in Israel that could cure her master of the leprosy. So the king of Syria wrote a letter allowing Naaman to go to Israel to speak to this prophet. The prophet's name is Elisha. And when Naaman got there, he sent his servant in, and Elisha had sent his servant out to tell Naaman's servant to go to the Jordan River and wash 7 times, and he will be clean. And when he told Naaman became very angry, because he said there are more rivers in the country that were cleaner than the Jordan River. And he thought that the prophet should come out and do some big thing over him, but he didn't. And so he was about to leave, and Naaman's servant, asked him, say, if he had given you this big thing to do, you would have done it. So why not try what he told you to do by going to the Jordan River and bathing 7 times? So they went to the Jordan River, and he dipped 6 times. And on the 7th time he came up out the water, his skin was like the skin of a baby. He had been healed. So he went back to the man of God to try to pay him, but the man of God would receive nothing. When I read this story, I'm reminded of when I was a young girl. I remember my brothers and my dad, they would be washing their cars. And when they get to the tires had white walls on them. They would get dirt. They would use the washcloth that they had, and they would rub it into the sand, and they would take that sand and rub it on the white walls of the tires. And they would rub and rub and rub. And then when they would get the water to rinse it off, the white walls would be white. They would be clean. And I also remember my dad, when they would work on the cars, that he would have oil and grease on his hand, and he would pick sand up off the ground, and he would rub it all over his hands like he was washing his hands with soap and water, but it would be sand. And he would rub his hands, and then when he rinsed his hands off, all the oil and grease would be gone. I'm saying this to say that who else but the one and only true loving God can take something dirty and clean it up and use it to bless you. He took me, a sinner like me, dirty. He took me, he cleaned me up, and now I'm being used for his glory. There's nothing that God can't do. He can do everything but fail. If he could use me, a sinner like me, in order to tell other people about him, how good he is and how he keep on blessing us, then he can use anybody. He can clean anybody up and use them. He said we all have sinned. We all have fallen short of his glory. So there's not one of us that is so righteous that we can look down on anybody else. There's not one. No, not one. So I say today, don't ever look down on yourself and think that God can't use you, because he uses us all. He can wash us, he can clean us up, and he can use us for his honor and his glory. Thank you for listening to me. I should be coming back again with another message from the Lord. Jesus said, thank you. You have a blessed day. I hope you enjoy it, and hit that subscribe button so I can come back with more. Bye-bye.